Hey, it's Erika. Welcome to part 2 of my first listen for YUTA's Depth album. I am living, breathing right now. This is like a pure rock / metal album, and it is so it's so unbelievable for me to be just like an SM vocalist is putting out this this very just pure rock and metal album. No other kind of like pop, no other K-popification, you know what I mean? Maybe more like J-rock influence, if anything. But it's coming from SM Entertainment and it's SM produced. I mean, I kind of had full faith in SM Entertainment because like how authentic when their artists would do like other genres within their solos. You know, if they kind of went more just like R&B, or someone's doing a little bit more like a hip hop number, or like kind of just like how they were kind of changing up genres for all their soloists. But this one is, SM hasn't like not done rock before with their artists in like a mainstream sort of sense. Like XM's debut song is heavy within the rock stuff. So it's like so unfamiliar, but them kind of like fully leaning and fully committing and fully letting YUTA do it. I'm like, who are we? Who are we? Like their solos are, it's insane. SM has been in their bag with like every single group comeback. Like every single solo release, it's been in their bag, and this is like for me their biggest bag yet. And I feel like it's not as popular because like I feel like member solos aren't always the most like popular anyways. But like especially for like the sound, because if you like K-pop, if you like NCT, and you kind of come from like a poppy side, it may not be for you. But if you're from the emo to K-pop pipeline, I have found our answer. But it's also Japanese, so it's not Korean in here, but it's heavy in the English, so it's great for global listening. Anyways, we're gonna finish out this album. I had to break it up into 2 parts. YouTube doesn't like it if I do more than like 4 songs in a first listen. So the first part included last song, Save You, and Bad Euphoria. If you want to know my thoughts on Off the Mask, go to the music video reaction for that. This part is gonna include Prisoner, Goodbye, Butterfly, the Depth version. Yeah, I'm excited to finish out this album. I'm in love. Who knew I could have loved YUTA more? Who knew? I didn't, but hey, YUTA, it's like every comeback too, where I'm just like, why do you keep doing this to me, YUTA? But yeah, so I do color-coded lyric videos for this, just so me and you can follow along together in real time with what's happening lyric-wise. But I don't make these, so if they are wrong, please do not kill the messenger. But yeah, so let's not waste any more time. Let's start to dive into the next track. The next track we got is Prisoner. So far, it was like a rock ballad, kind of like metal ballady, and then we kind of went to like 2 pure metal tracks with like Off the Mask and Save You, and then Bad Euphoria was a little bit more of more just kind of like pure rock sort of thing, not as like hard as like metal. But yes, Prisoner, YUTA, you know what it, like, go. Kind of rock again. I mean, this one and like Bad Euphoria, they're kind of like pop rock, but not. It's not like pop. You know what I mean? It's not like Rose's Apata. That's like pop rock, you know? Ooh, breakdown. Hello. I Believe You, YUTA. But like, it's a more sort of mainstream, because pop stands for popular, right, type of sound. So like, a lot of K-pop groups might do something like this. But I love how these are B-sides, and not the title track, and the title track was like a metal song. Because it's really just like a statement of like what he's doing. Versus kind of this, it's a different image. But even like concept-wise, I haven't even spoken about the lyrics so much. Concept-wise, they are like so, like every single track is so fitting for like the genres it's tackling. Cause like you take a concept like this, the lyrics are gonna be so different if it's a rap song versus if it's like a rock song versus if it's a pop song versus if it's R&B. You know? So even concept-wise, lyric-wise, it's all been fantastic. And then even like some of the more like electronic produced kind of beats that you get in here, that's kind of just like a influence within like the rock genres too as well. Just like over time, you know, because like a lot of rock groups will do like alternative or like an alternative album, you know what I mean? Like they may start out with like very hard sort of sounds and then they kind of go like alternative. So it's not like so unfamiliar to hear that within like rock sort of sounds, you know what I mean? And you can even look at like the Roses Alive when they have like that EDM breakdown. You're just like, hell yeah, or like Olivia Rodrigo. Weird to add those two in there because they don't have their music isn't as hard as this stuff is. But like how they're like that during that era of, I don't even remember what song it was for Olivia Rodrigo, but her latest album. When like those two were kind of being like released, how that was like a little bit of a trend, you know what I mean? Versus just kind of like pure like instrument, if that makes sense, even though whatever, I'm not making sense, I don't know music, but yeah, so that's like not so unfamiliar and stuff, but I like it. I would say like Prisoner, Bad Euphoria are the most kind of like easier listening because they're not as hard as like Off the Mask or Save You, and then like rock ballads, I feel like everybody can appreciate them, but like, do they appreciate them? You know what I mean? If you're not like a fan of the genre. So I feel like these, like Prisoner and Bad Euphoria, it's a little bit more for like the more mainstream ear. Like it's not as hard. So like again, but like I love that they were not the title tracks because it would set a very different tone and a very different vibe for that album we were getting and the comeback that we're getting, you know what I mean? Because you can do that in a lot of like K-pop groups. It was more punkish, pop rock sort of stuff. You hear a lot of K-pop. Because I talk about K-pop because Yuta's in a K-pop group, but he's also Japanese, and the more influence here is more kind of J-rock stuff. Again, I've said that before, saying it again. But like these two ones are like, oh, if you want to. Well, I can't say if you want to introduce your emo friend to K-pop because that is not going to work. But if you want to kind of introduce your friend to this and they're just like, oh, I kind of don't listen to that. Like, that's a little too scary. It's a little too hard for me. Kind of like give these ones, and I think they're kind of good little more segues into where the harder musics, the harder genres of the world. But yes, so the next track we're going to be checking out is Goodbye. Goodbye, hopefully not to this album. I think it's so amazing. It's so good. I'm still in disbelief that SM did this and they allowed Yuta to do it and they produced it, and but it is so beautiful. Goodbye, you know what it, let go. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Obviously kind of a little slower. It's the end of an album, you know. I like this one a lot. A lot. I like this track a lot. I don't know, there's kind of like stuff like I don't really hear anymore. Groups do, but then it's also such like a what you also kind of hear like metal groups do today. So it's like, it's so weird, but I love it. I might be feeling this track the most.
I have to say goodbye in the middle of this rain 愛してたからこそ言うよこそ言うよ Say goodbye
That one's probably my favorite one. I don't know. There's just something that kind of hits different about it. It just, I don't know, hits different. She hit different. I don't know. Because there's something that kind of is like slightly like nostalgic about it, of kind of like hearing some stuff that I was like, oh, this feels like early 2000s, mid 2000s kind of thing. But then also I'm like, wait, but it also kind of sounds like stuff I hear right now and songs I find right now. So I don't know. It was like weird for me. But I think Goodbye is kind of my favorite one. I don't know. I don't know. Just like the structure of it, everything that was happening, I was really kind of just like feeling. You know what I mean? Because I think it's also like I may not always be in the mood for like the more pop rock sorts of tracks. Sorry, my ring light is dusty over there. Gross. But like the more like harder songs, I'm not always gonna in like a rock out sort of vibe. I'm not always in like a ballad listening sort of vibe if I'm listening to rock stuff, and I'm not always in like the other two kind of like Prisoner and Bad Euphoria type of vibe. But I feel like Goodbye, as long as I'm listening to like a rock playlist, and no matter what the vibe is, if I go to this one, I know I'm gonna always listen to it. It's always gonna be like a no skip. But I like that. I like that one a lot. I like Goodbye like a lot. Like a lot. Like, it's insane. Like, I love that. This whole album is insane. I can't believe it's real. It's real, girl. It's real. Man, it's crazy. But yeah, so we're gonna be checking out the last song, unfortunately. I mean, 6 B-sides, that's a lot. That's a good amount. That's a good amount, especially for the genres and everything that he's sort of doing. It's like, ooh, you know? So yeah, let's check out Butterfly. This is a death version. I believe this was previously unreleased. And then it sort of got released for this album and put in like a studio format. And if SM weren't cowards, they would do it for Kai Spoiler. If they weren't cowards. See, that's the thing. It's like they do this, but then they never gave me Kai Spoiler. So, really, SM, you do great stuff and you also torture me, okay? It's probably never gonna come out on Spotify. But anyways, Butterfly, let's go. Neverland? Okay. So I don't know if the version changed much. And also I think if this was unreleased, this is why fans probably weren't surprised with what he did. I was, because I didn't know this song was real. I didn't know she existed. If it's not official promoted, it's gonna slip by me. Okay. Okay. The vocals are so insane. Whoa. I thought we were getting Sweet Baby Angel vocals, and he said nah. Is that it? Oh, that was short. How dare you, Utah? That was almost 2:30, but that fell short. Beautiful, beautiful album. It has to be one of my personal, extremely biased favorite albums of the year. Just because of how much SM let Utah kind of like lean into rock and metal genres. Because like it doesn't even feel real. Like if any, like, I mean. It's weird to be just like, because like JYP has like Extraordinary Heroes and they have like Day 6 and they kind of let them do their own thing, so it's not surprising that they've done that. But for like SM Entertainment, it is so surprising, you know, to sort of get this, you know. I mean, you can look at like J-Hunt's even most recent album and like how R&B heavy that was, and sort of that structure of it, and how much it was like so J-Hunt, and with all the faith in how sort of just like they've been releasing, and like all of their like solo all like any solos from like SM Entertainment, how much they've like been crafted and like leaned into like very specific sort of things, very specific vibes, very specific sounds and tracks, you know what I mean? Getting this isn't surprising, but it is such a drastic genre change from what I'm used to reacting to. It doesn't even feel real. I don't even feel like it's real, girl. And even like, I need to start doing Extraordinary Hero first listens. I really do. I need to start adding that to my list, just so we can expand on that a little bit more. I don't know why I don't. I don't know why. I need to start doing it. They release music all the time because I like reacting to this. Like, this was fun for me. Like, I'm so filled with just like joy right now because I'm like, I'll sit there in the middle of the night and just like listen to just like a new just like rock album, or just like or whatever, you know what I mean, rock or like metal albums, whatever. Like, I remember like when I found like Sleep Token, and I just sat there and was just like listening to every single song and just like digesting it. So it's like, it's so cool that I get to do that with just like an album that sounds like this, because I'm like, this is such a part of like the music that I listen to. But K-pop is it's so much, there's so much to it, that it's just like, not that you always check out the same sort of thing, you know what I mean, but like it is what it is, you know. So getting definitely something like this with just like music that I already kind of just like check out, that I've checked out my entire life, it's so like, I don't know, it brings me joy because I'm just like, I love this, and I love this, like, it's just, but it's just like so unbelievable, and I'm like reacting to it. It's so crazy. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic album. It's a pure rock / metal album, heavy on the metal. That gives a good variety of different types of stuff. You have like harder rock sounds, we get like a couple ballads, we have some slower stuff, we have, it's not pop, but poppier rock songs. I'm more mainstream, I don't know how to say it. And it's just like, it's a beautiful, well-crafted album, just like for like the genre itself, and let alone it being a K-pop idol from SM Entertainment, you know what I mean? But him coming from Japan, and like rock and metal being so popular within like Japan itself, it like, and him like loving it, I'm like, oh my god, again, I didn't know I could love Yuta anymore, but I do. But like that math is definitely like mathing there for me. But like, I don't know, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. I'm almost just, it's so crazy that this is just like so real, and it feels like so like separated and standalone, because NCT, they're more hip hop and R&B, you know, so like they don't really have like rock stuff, you know. Any of the subunits don't really go for that vibe, so to kind of just get like one pure thing, that we've like never heard his vocals like this before, that it's never really been presented like this. It feels so crazy. It feels so like unbelievable in disbelief, and when you listen to it and you hear the music, you're just like, no, this all makes sense. This all makes sense, and how like authentic it feels and stuff. I don't know, it's just so crazy for me to be reacting to, because there's nothing like this. Nothing like this. I mean, except outside of X-Scenario Hero and Dreamcatcher, there's nothing, and that's only like 2 groups compared to how many that I react to. It's insane. It's a beautiful album. It's so well crafted. It's so expertly crafted too as well. And Yuta's vocals sound amazing. And again, he can give me sweet baby angel R&B vocals, but then he can also give this, and that shows his versatility as an artist. And we always knew Yuta was powerful. We've been knowing the power that man holds. But like doing something like this, I'm like, his talent is beyond. I don't say talent a lot. His skill set too and talents are so beyond even what the limitations of that they do for him. You know what I mean? And I love that he sort of has had a chance to sort of explore this, because I feel like not a lot of K-pop idols do. You know what I mean? And while a lot of K-pop idols now these days, and it always used to be the case, are able to sort of participate and kind of have more of their wants fulfilled within like their simple, I feel like maybe not groups, especially with SM, but this, so they really give their artists solos to sort of expand on that. It feels so magical. It doesn't even feel real. I'm like, it doesn't even feel real. I'm not even sure it's real. It sounds so crazy, you know? It really, really does. Especially, it's so bold too, especially, well, I mean, if Butterfly was sort of like an unreleased track, then maybe he sort of exposed fans to that side of him. So it definitely makes sense, and why they kind of had, SM probably had a lot more full faith in doing this, because I feel like sometimes a lot of artists may want to do like a completely different genre, say like this, but they don't fully lean into it as heavily as I sort of would have expected them to, because it could be like a fear of just like, oh, if I put this out, it's going to turn off my fans, because I like this, but it's so different from the music I make as an idol, you know, kind of just like, where are we, you know? But I think it's beautiful. It's really, really cool. And if you like this and you never checked out like metal groups or rock groups, girl, any group I mentioned, and the video's a great starting point for kind of what's kind of going on right now within the genre. But yeah, no, and it's so cool. It's so cool for me. Like I've never had like this sort of sense of joy ever before in like anything I really reacted to, just because I never get to do it. So this was just like so cool, and it feels so standalone, but I hope it's not standalone. I hope that SM kind of starts doing a little bit more of this within like their other artists. But it's like, which ones are left that can do this? You know what I mean? But they created something and allowed you to do something truly magical and truly beautiful. And I mean, with kind of these sorts of genres becoming more popular with fans and stuff, and even if the rock sort of trend has died within K-pop, sort of just like seeing what groups are sort of just like sticking with it, you know, and just like all that other stuff, it's just like really cool. Because there's like, Let's Surfing's Hot and Fun, 1-800 Hot and Fun, that's like one sort of thing. That's like party rock. That's just like, I'm a pop girl group and I'm doing rock and I'm so badass and I'm so cool, or just like whatever, you know. It's kind of like Olivia Rodrigo type of thing. Like, she's like edgy for pop girlies, but she's not that edgy. She's not edgy really at all, you know? But then kind of like getting this, I'm like, here's the edge. Here's something different, here's something cool, here's something like unique. Because Let's Surf Him is more like a pop rock sort of thing, versus kind of like, and like Celestial is like punk and stuff. So kind of getting something like this, I'm like, oh, we're living and breathing. And yeah, I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool. I loved it. I think it was fantastic. It's a beautiful album. I added all the tracks in my Japanese music playlist, which is gonna be a mess now that there's heavy rock in there. Added it to all the tracks in my rock playlist. Added it all. It's all in Japanese, so I don't tend to normally put all that stuff within like my K-pop playlist, but I added it because it's just, it's beautiful. It was a great time. Okay, I gotta go. I made plans with my friends and I've been kind of late. Go to put your thoughts and comments down below what you thought about Yuta's Depth album. What a great name for this album too as well. There's so many layers to him, so much depth to him. We love Yuta. That's how, I'm in love with him now, like so fully. Your thoughts, comments down below. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you liked me and you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos the second they come out, hit that notification button. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or in the description down below, or at the end screen. If you like gaming content, I have a gaming channel. It's called Erika. Currently playing Resident Evil Remaster. Speaking of great things to come from Japan, to finish out spooky season, so if you could join me over there for that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.